Going. What is
You're
this? Kind of. Oh well.
it'll update itself when it updates itself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Under the Curtain. This is a NXT episode of the recent NXT. We would have given you this episode earlier today, but we had stuff that we had to take care of, so we're giving it to you now. So we can keep our word of having it done today. We did go through it. Me more than him. He just is concerned with the major highlights. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started with going on. Because he's not going to say anything until after I say it. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. There are a lot of things happening in NXT. I want to start with Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez starting their rivalry because Roxanne wants to make herself the measuring stick of NXT, which she is in a way. So that's going to happen. With that being another, thing that is on Roxanne's plate, hence another reason why she won't win, in my opinion, she won't win Elimination Chamber, and it all is going to Alexa Bliss. Also including the fact that Bayley is in Elimination Chamber and Roxanne is again attacking Bayley verbally with her Roxy 2 belts. Because we already know that Becky Lynch was the first. Well, not the first 2-belt champion, but the first women's 2-belt champion. So, Becky 2 belts, and then we went to Bayley Doe straps and 2-belt banks. So now we're trying to have a Roxy 2 belts, which is not as original. But that's the thing, and Jordynne Grace is standing in her way of that, and those two are currently the top 2 competitors for Julia's championship, other than Stephanie Vaquer, which we'll get into that right now. Congratulations, Stephanie Vaquer, on your retention of your championship against Petrovich. Carmen. No, not Carmen. Some Petrovich. I forget her name. I think it's Carmen Petrovich. Anyway, congratulations, Stephanie, on your retention. And then, Julia wants to come out because Stephanie said that she was the top women's champion in NXT currently. And Julia had other words to say about that. So hopefully it gets made official by Ava if it hasn't already. But they're planning to do a title versus title at Roadblock, Stephanie versus Julia. So don't know if that is going to be, one person takes all, or is it just going to be a regular champion versus champion like we usually do for Survivor Series, where the champions just go up against each other and they get to keep their belts. So we'll see if that is a thing that happens. Another champion versus champion is Obafemi and Moose from TNA. Moose had a successful retention as well, going up against Lexis King for his TNA championship.
Yeah, that was a good match too.
Lexis King definitely needs to be proud of that match. He definitely did his thing.
He showed out. He really did. I think this is one of his best performances.
Yeah. So at Roadblock, already made official, Obafemi versus Moose for the NXT championship.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Still, speaking of more champion versus champions, the Hardy Boys came back, the TNA Tag Team Champions.
Versus the HH.
They went up against the No Quarter Catch Crew.
Yeah, there you go.
He said the HH.
I thought it was like a football game.
The HH.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
NC. CQ.
Don't look at me.
No quarter catch crew. NQCC. NQCC.
Listen,
The acronym's there.
The acronym is it's a football team.
It's not a football team at all.
So the no catch. That's all I have to say.
It's not a football team. Anyway, Hardy Boys came in, got a good win on that, and
have not lost their skill as one.
Fraxium was there watching, and immediately after the match, the Hardys challenged Fraxium. Then Santino Morella wanted to say, "Ha, we made it official at Roadblock. You two will be going head to head for the Hardys titles." Yes, just for the Hardys titles.
Yeah, no.
So I was like, okay, that's something else.
Yeah.
Why would you? Okay.
For the TNA titles.
Yep. So that is right now 3. I don't want to say there's 2 definite confirmed matches, 3 possible matches. We don't know who the next number 1 contender is for each title as far as the women goes, but I have a strong feeling that it'll be between Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez for Julia, and then it'll be Kalani Jordan and his girl Jada Parker for Stephanie Becerra's title. Unless Fatal Influence has anything to say or do about it, because they've been on a tear after losing it, and they want it back bad.
On there. Mother babies on there.
Well, you need to get it together.
I know. Hey, stop! Can we all just get along? No.
And as far as the tag team division goes for the women right now, even though Liv and Raquel have just became tag team champions by defeating Bianca and Naomi. Next up in line is Sol Ruka and Zarya. And then after that would be the Meta Girls. And that's, I'm assuming, is going to be after Elimination Chamber. Because, that's a big one right there.
The Elimination Chamber, we only got is the road to WrestleMania.
I mean, it's already the road to WrestleMania. It started with the Royal Rumble.
Well, I'm talking about after Elimination Chamber. WrestleMania is the next pay-per-view. Right?
No, Roadblock is the next pay-per-view.
I'm just talking about for SmackDown and Raw. I wasn't talking about NXT.
It's part of the whole thing. It's part of the package. It's a package deal.
2 for $5.
No.
3 for 10.
Get it together. Get it together.
But I want to give a shout out to Lola Vice. Good job of the win.
Who should go up against?
Ariana
Grace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So give a shout out to her. She's doing it big. So
I mean, Lola hasn't been on for a couple weeks.
Yeah, but she also put in work in every match.
I mean, she does. So, that's why I'm just like, okay, Ariana Grace, she can take a hit. She's definitely all about her pretty face, but she could take a hit.
I'm surprised she's not being qualified for a title too.
Not yet.
That was very interesting.
Because the last match that she had, she injured her hand. Well, usually every other underground match, she injures her hand.
Yeah.
But the last time she was in the ring, the last time I seen Lola Vice in the ring, she backhanded Stephanie Becerra.
Yeah, she did. That shit was man. So I'm surprised her arm didn't break.
She's been fighting since before birth, so that's why. In the womb, kicking and screaming.
Her past life was she was a warrior. Her past life.
Yeah.
The Spanish Inquisition.
So it comes to our next big set of rules. Oh yeah, Trick and Eddie Thorpe definitely having their roadblock match.
Yo, Shrink is on Demon Time right now. He
They're
came out and made a whole diss track. My God.
Nah, he gotta do what he gotta do.
I said, yo, Shrink, see, this is why in my fantasy wrestling, that's why he's on the team. Him and Jay, tag team champions on my fantasy wrestling, but that's beside the point. But go ahead.
Congratulations to Ricky and Javon.
Uh-huh.
For Ricky's debut in the tag team match. Not even in camera. Not even in the camera doing that shit. Don't do it towards me. Fucking weirdo.
Your stand. Good, but no, congratulations. Very congratulations.
He put on a hard hitting affair, especially with Wesley.
Yeah.
And in the final moments when Javon decided that he really wanted to go after Ethan Page.
Yeah.
And it was just a 1v1 with Ricky and Wes. And, it was more of a 3-on-1, but Ricky held his ground,
Yes.
and then, he delivered the final blow and got his dub. So his debut was 100% a success.
I always like to hit super. I always like to hit.
It's different.
Hit finisher.
Like, it's different.
Yeah. Can't do that in the game.
It's like a mixture of Braun Strowman's and Bobby Lashley's.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. For the man, for his statue, it was very good.
But Wesley is light.
Wesley, he was like trash. That man would twirl that motherfucker around.
Wrong. So wrong.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Wesley is in the group too in my fantasy team, but he was just getting picked apart. So, but shout, you do your best, Wesley. You do your best. I don't like this heel Wesley though, but that's what I've heard.
I don't know. I feel a rematch coming up.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a rematch. It's definitely going to be a get back. So
I feel that coming up because they definitely going to do another Javon and Ethan Page because that's not done yet.
Yeah,
that's not done yet.
Javon's it's on site.
I feel like there's going to be an ambulance match to end it.
That would be a good match.
Yeah,
we haven't had an ambulance match since when?
The last ambulance match?
Mm-hmm.
On NXT, it was the Creed brothers against Gallus.
Mm. Yeah, that was a good match too.
And I think there was one more after that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think there was an ambulance match for NXT. I think there was two more before that one, but I don't know.
So I know Orton and Drew had an ambulance match. The Creeds had their ambulance match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was more Julius Creed and Joe Coffey, I believe, because Brutus was injured.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Joe Gacy.
And I totally forgot about Joe Gacy
and Spears.
Mm.
I think that was the last ambulance match.
Mm.
Because it was either Spears or Dijak.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Dijak too.
I think it was Joe Gacy and Dijak that had their
when they had their little,
and that's when Spears came in with the chair.
Yeah.
And I think there was one more, and I don't remember if it was a ambulance match or just a straight up street fight with Josh Briggs and Briggs Jensen.
No, I think that was a street match, a street fight. I think that was a street fight.
I believe it was a street fight.
Because I don't think it was no. I remember the Dijak versus Gracie. And that was actually a good match.
And Gacy lost his mind.
I mean, that was his character role.
And now he's with Goliaths.
Yeah, and they're saying that they are reworking them into the story, the
Mhm.
Wyatt story.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's what they said, and I think people are confirming that Vince McMahon is making his own wrestling. It's either he's making his own wrestling show or he's trying to buy AEW.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
It
I
was
think he did exactly what he needed to do. He made enough money off of the brand and the company itself to finish out the rest of his years. Dude's over 70.
yeah, but remember,
His kids are in it. They have the money from it. I think that family right now is pretty good.
yeah,
I'm just saying Vince himself,
he needs to sit down. Enjoy your life on the beach of Hawaii.
I mean, I understand being dedicated to the work and being a workhorse, and like it's kind of like Carter Peterschmidt from Family Guy.
Yeah.
If you're not working, that's when you start to feel your age.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand what Vince is doing. If that is the case, I understand exactly what he's doing. He doesn't want to feel his age. He wants to continue doing the work that he loved to do.
Mm-hmm.
So besides all that,
Yeah, I mean,
besides all that,
that was news. And what else was news?
looking out into the distance, this guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Into the
I'm
distance.
trying to remember.
Going to Ricky. Ricky to the brain.
Oh yeah. So they rumor have it that not Jada Parker. Oh my god, my girl. Jade Cargill is literally going to be at the Elimination Chamber to hit Bianca with a text. I don't know what the text said, but sources said that she will be at the Elimination Chamber. So,
I mean, that was one of the predictions. She comes in and then takes out Bianca and Naomi.
Yeah. So
for those of you who are not aware or are not fully caught up to speed,
yeah, because you've been out since last
October, November,
yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, she's been out since October,
before Halloween.
Yeah, before Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a lot of evidence pointing to both Naomi and Bianca for being her attackers, and more specifically Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone in that whole situation is going to catch the lick and the wrath of Jade when she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they weren't part of it, they were kind of part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was right before War Games, Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
The Survivor Series is in September.
Survivor Series was in November.
Yep. So yeah, October she was gone.
Yeah. Because Bailey came in and took her place. Which was crazy enough, but hey, I can't say nothing about that. So it'd be
It was on short notice.
Yeah, it'd be fucked up. It was all three of them.
I don't think it was specifically Bailey. She already had a lot going on.
I mean, everybody didn't trust the baby when she turned face.
So, I mean, yeah, she was damage control for about a good 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So I understand being untrusted, especially with Bianca basically putting the group together.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Bailey and Rhea that completed the group. No one had any issues with Rhea.
No.
And they needed the fifth person that they had to put someone in there.
Mm-hmm. So, but that was wrestling news already.
That's all we got right now. The So for the 5 to 6 matches that could be there for Roadblock, it's already been confirmed. TNA Tag Team Championships being defended, NXT Championship being defended for the men's. Champion versus champion is a high possibility for the women.
When is Roadblock?
It is in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
What's your prediction on Roadblock?
Oba retains.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and Jeff retain.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tough for them, but they retain. I say that because even though they're still in sync with each other, they're not as fast as they used to be.
No, they're not.
Against a team that is literally all about speed.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stephanie Becerra is going to win against Julia.
So you feel like they're going to be a unified?
No unification. No unification.
Jesus is going to carry both belts?
If they do put the titles on the line, maybe. But definitely not a unification because that women's championship is way too new. The North American Women's Champion is way too new for it to be unified immediately. It's been out less than a year.
So let's see. If you feel like Stephanie will win, she will be both
the NXT Women's Champion and the North American Champion.
So
because the last person to do that on NXT was Keith Lee.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
It's possible, but I think Stephanie is gonna take Julia. Whether or not it's for the titles, that's up for their management to go ahead and decide.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the individuals themselves, I think Julia is gonna take the L on that one. Another possible match could be Roxanne and Jordynne Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after Roxanne losing in the Elimination Chamber, this is her next battle for number one contendership.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't see her winning the Elimination Chamber.
And then, depending on how the rest of the chamber
you said
goes,
what? Alexa Bliss is going to win?
I say Alexa Bliss is going to win. So it could be because Roadblock you could have another women's tag team belt, or for either contendership or for the titles themselves. Because right now the number one team is Sol Ruka and Zarya to go up against Liv and Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
Then if Jade comes back at Elimination Chamber, as your sources say, then that means that Naomi and Bianca are out of the running.
Yeah.
But then again,
because they played in that season when Jade first came into the Women's Royal Rumble last year. So they planted that seed.
But then again, you also have this new team of Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Yeah. See how that pans out.
I mean, you could.
I'm just saying, see how that pans out. Because at that time, I'm assuming.
I don't think we give Nia Jax her flowers.
We did all last year. Gave her a fucking crown to go with it. Fuck that. She literally got flowers and a crown and a whole heart. Bitch, shut up.
And a bell.
I'm talking about we didn't give her flowers. She literally had flowers in her hand.
So, I don't know. Just give out a good shout out to Nia Jax for what you did.
What did she do that was not already celebrated?
She's the first woman, Queen of the Ring with the title?
That was the first time that they did that.
Yeah.
They never gave Zelina Vega a chance as Queen of the Ring to get that. That was literally the first time they did that.
Yeah, that's it. Gotta give her a shout out.
So you're gonna do that to Gunther?
Yeah.
That was celebrated.
But Gunther right now is just like
That's Nia celebrated literally becoming Queen of the Ring, and then she celebrated winning her championship.
yeah. But for Gunther, I feel like his title run now versus his title run with the Intercontinental is totally different.
It is. It's 100%
It's
different.
very different. It's very different. I don't have the feeling of
He's not as he's still a dominant force, but he's not as physically intimidating as he was as an Intercontinental.
Yeah.
He's more mentally involved now.
Yeah. So that's I don't know. It's my feelings toward that one. So but no, just going back to Jade, they planted that seed when she first appeared. So they're really doing that Jade versus Bianca match, gearing that match up. So I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see them do two of my girls fight. See which one's strongest. So, and then hey, if Jay keep going climbing, we might see Jay versus Charlotte. If Charlotte wins the title. If she wins the title. Hey, I'm just saying. This who else is going? Whoever wins Elimination Chamber, and
whoever goes against Elimination Chamber is going against Rhea or Io.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a crazy fight as well. And then,
but then the draft is after WrestleMania.
That's what I'm saying.
So they could be split.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see. Because, like I said, this storyline between the girls is getting hectic now. Very hectic. I am enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm more so interested in seeing what the rest of Roadblock is going to be looking like.
Because imagine who's going to fight Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania for the tag team belts.
Go pull up that NXT team.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, that's really the only other team that seems.
Not the Meta Girls?
No, they got beat.
Oh, yeah, they got beat by it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They could probably have another match to see who is going to be the number one contenders.
Mm-hmm.
But if the former champions break up or have something else on their hands, they're not gonna be going for it.
Yeah.
So I definitely wish success to Soruka and Zarya because they
wish success to everybody.
They are looking like a very solid team.
Yeah, they're a very dangerous team. I need that shit on Marvel Rivals.
You do. Think of an invisible woman.
I'm to talk about. Those two girls, they're a dominant force. I could actually see them as tag team champion. That's the crazy part.
So definitely wishing the best of luck to everyone out there.
Mm-hmm.
All the champions, do your thing. I love what I see.
Mm-hmm. So for SmackDown, what are we doing for SmackDown? Are we streaming, or then we're going to do all the package after Elimination Chamber?
So, because you watch the conferences, I don't watch the conferences. So we are going to we have to do it either late Friday or early Saturday. Because we've been giving our predictions for Elimination Chamber the whole time, So I don't think that we need
Saturday
to do that.
night, we will recap Friday, and then we will recap the Elimination Chamber. How about that? So
No, because then they do the recaps for the Elimination Chamber before it even starts for Friday night. So we got to do ours before Elimination Chamber starts.
So Friday night, I will get off my stream of Monster Hunter, and we will do the SmackDown stream, and then Saturday night we will do our Elimination Train. Let's do that because I know it's going to be high impact. There's a lot of emotions for Elimination Chamber. It's going to be
Afterwards, yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of.
Afterwards,
I feel death in the ring after Elimination Chamber. I feel like everybody is just going to be just.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we got for you, though. We're not going to quote Friday night exactly. It might be early Saturday morning, but we'll definitely be here. You guys will probably catch it after we put it up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you happen to be awake when we catch it, or when you catch us up here, then come in, join in the chat. We'd like to see what you got going on. But we're definitely going to be on here after Elimination Chamber and doing all that happy good jazz. Trying to keep it as quick as possible because everyone moves extremely fast.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, without further ado, we're going to call it a night. You guys are going to call it?
I have to do it. Go ahead. Finish your outro.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while Ricky Darkness over here just fades to black for real. I'm tired of this. Everybody have a good night.